Yesterday in math, we learned about using quick drawings and place value charts to solve two-digit addition problems. Today, we are going to be introduced to something new called arrow notation.
Using arrow notation to add two-digit numbers. Arrow notation can help you show the way that you might add in your head. So we've kind of done this before with the number bonds and equations lesson, but this way shows it a little differently, and it might make more sense to you because it's the way you might do it in your head. So, our first job is to use the number bond if we want to break a number to make friendly tens. Taking a look at this equation, 17 plus 4, I'm thinking we can break the 4 apart into a number that can add easily to the 7 to make an easy 10, which is 3, and then the leftover piece will be the 1. So now I see that the 17 and the 3 is my way to make a friendly 10, and then I'll be able to add on the extra. So my next job is to use arrows to show that addition and subtraction instead of a bunch of different equations. You can see here, I have 17 with an arrow that gets to 20. Now, the arrow is really showing that I'm adding the 17 plus the 3 so that I can make 20, which is a friendly 10. Now, you can see that I have this 1 left over, so that's the next part that I need to add to the 20. I just added another arrow after the 20 to get to 21, which showed that I added plus 1 to get there. So my real arrow notation shows 17 plus 3 to 20 plus 1 to 21. That's really how I do this when I'm thinking about it in my head. 21 is my answer, so I need to make sure I go back and put it up at the top after the equals sign because that shows my answer.
Now that we understand how to do arrow notation, we can use that knowledge to do our Seesaw activity for today.
My math activity says, solve the following problems by using arrow notation to add. So I can see in number 1 and number 2, some of the work has already been done for me. That's really helpful. So it looks like in number 1, 17 plus 4, hey, that's the example problem that we did before on our slides. So really it just looks like I need to put the answer because they have 17 plus 3 arrow to 20 and a plus 1 arrow to 21. That's my answer, 21. So I need to write it after the equal sign. There. Now you can clearly see that my answer to number 1, 17 plus 4, equals 21. Looking at question number 2, the 8 has already been broken apart using a number bond, so that 13 plus 7 can get to a friendly 10, and then you have a leftover part. I can see that the 13 plus 7 arrow to 20 is already there, but now I need to figure out how many do I add and what is the answer. Looking at our equation, it looks like this 1 is the only part that hasn't been used yet. So I know that that's what I'm adding at the end. And 20 plus 1, that's so easy to do in my head. That's just 21. Hey, wait a second. 21, that's the same answer as in number 1. So all I have to do is duplicate that answer and move it to after the equal sign in question 2. And there's that. Now for the rest of the questions, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I need to choose one of the numbers to break apart into friendly tens. Then I need to use arrow notation to show my thinking of how I would solve this problem, which is what I would do if I'm solving it in my head. I'm going to show you one more example in question number 3. Looking at question number 3, I see 14 plus 20. Now, you might be able to do that, but if I'm going to do this in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to break this 14 into a 4, and a 10. Then I can easily add the 20 and the 10 together to get 30. And then from 30, I just need to use the arrow to add 4. And then that gives me my answer. Once I have my answer written, then I need to make sure that I put it after the equal sign as well to properly answer the question. When I am done, I will press the check mark to submit my work.
Awesome! Don't forget about your 20 minutes of splashback practice after you're done with your Seesaw activity. Have fun with math today!